Then just a campervan update. We got the engine out. So we had an oil leak on the rear seal, so we replaced the O-ring and the flywheel. Also got a replacement gearbox there to go in it. Now, the old gearbox looks really clean, but it's very hard to get into fourth gear. It's a double D clutch. We've also changed the pushes in the gear selector rod down there. So yeah, so today we're going to replace the inlet manifold on the campervan engine. Looks like these boots have had it as well. I might retorque the heads and things. Also, the carburetor's flooding fuel into the engine. I need to look at that. But yeah, I might cut in and out with videos, but time's not on my side at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. On a bit, I think I can leave the inlet manifold on that side of the elbow of it. So taking the front tin off because we've got a brand new campervan exhaust to go on this. So replace the inlet manifold. Fortunately, a spark plug cable broke. Annoying as it's probably only been driven for about 10 hours, but I'll just box off the port so nothing goes down there. But yeah, I think I need to take off the cowling now, or the doghouse as they call it. Now, there's a new manifold against the old manifold, so I had to cut down this one because it was a bit bent. And obviously I was just trying to get it running at the time, so we can get the exhaust off now and start putting the new one on with the new manifold. In place now, got a new gasket on here. Just seem to be finding it hard tightening that up, so it's in line with that, but I've just ground it off a little bit on there, so hopefully it will make it work. I don't know what the differences are here, because obviously it's just a mixture of Volkswagen parts I'm using, but yeah, I'll try and get it on there. Well, that wasn't right meant to fit. These two here just wouldn't go together, so I just had to do a sliver with the hacksaw in the ends, get them busted up, but they're in fitted now. I've just got to try and fit the exhaust now and get the exhaust to line up with these ports, which is the main reason we're changing the inlet manifold. Also notice on this inlet manifold, it's got a bit there that touches to the engine case on it. I thought, well, that's a good idea, so it gives it more support then. I'm not used to buying new parts like this. Hopefully I don't scratch it too much fitting it then, not that it matters. Well, looks like you get everything in the kit then for it, which is handy. We'll just we'll replace everything while I got it here because it's silly not to. I need to replace these two studs because initially when we got the engine they were actually just welded onto the cover plate to hold it on. So obviously as they're right next to each other it does weep a bit of oil there, but hopefully these will come out nice and easy now. It's so handy having this engine stand, it was a good purchase. I'm just really struggling with that one because obviously it's hardened on the top as well, it's been welded. It came right out, no problems, but this one wouldn't. But luckily my old man's got an old stick welder up here, so he used that one. Just welded an M8 nut on it and it come right out, lovely jubbly. Run a tap down some of these threads just to make sure they're all right. Alright, getting all this back together now, so I've got a replacement bottom plate that's got the sump bolt on it just to make it a bit less messy when changing the oil. Let's say we've got so there's a stud to go in that one, then we've just got two bolt ends to go in that one for now, but I probably will change all of these studs on the next oil change. Take back apart again because the nut just wouldn't tighten up on this one, so we will replace it for another bolt if I can find one. But it just come out with the two nut method, so you screw one nut on, then another one on top, and then you hold the top one tight whilst you undo that one, and then with a bit of luck it will all unscrew out, which it did this time. The underside done then. Well, I'm slowly getting there. Let's exhaust back on, back tin back on, moustache bar back on. I'm just going to start on the dog cowl now, but I'll have a cup of tea first. Right, time to swap bits over on the gearboxes now. So obviously we've got the SAS motors to swap, rear gearbox mount. Don't know if there's anything else, but we can start looking at getting it in then. I'm just cleaning up off the oil on the clutch now from the oil leak. Probably should be replaced really, but it wasn't slipping, so I'm sure it'd be fine. So looking at this clutch, there's a bit of play in the middle there. Don't think that's supposed to be like that, so it might be worth me putting in another one. Well, it might supposed to be there, but I don't know. Torque multiplier is a really good bit of kit. I've been using it with my this old style torque wrench. I got this one to do the cam belt on the Land Rover to hold it into tension, but it seemed to work well for this. Just hold it at 30 foot-pounds on there. I think there's 270 foot-pounds, which the flywheel bolt needs on these. Right, I'm just going to torque up the flywheel bolts. I thought I'll do it properly this time. See, I've got the locking tool there ready to go. This is a job I used to dread, but now with the electric ratchet, it takes minutes now to do. Nice, quick and easy. Right then, just been fiddling with the carb. I think I've got the choke working now on it. Just come off inside of there, so I had to take that apart and put it back on the spring. So this one was over flooding with fuel, so I've swapped, or was it like needle and seat, out of this one into that one. I noticed it had like a thicker washer on it, so hopefully that's going to lower the float level a bit. Should hopefully solve the problems, but anyway, I can get this back on the engine now, ready to go back in the car. Just refit the engine into the camper van now. I will get a helping hand to do that, so lift it off the engine stand to get it up on the jack. But yeah, that should be nice and straightforward, hopefully. And it's just putting everything back together then. Right then, we're bolting the engine back in position today on the camper van. I've got a hand here to help me lift it off with the engine stand and onto the jack. Engine in, but unfortunately, the studs aren't long enough to go through the engine. Just measured it on the old gearbox. That's 45mm deep. And on this one, it's 60mm deep. Up there. So I'm obviously going to have to take the box out and order some new studs. Very annoying. I've had the engine back out again, so the studs are actually quite long in there. So we've backed them out a bit, but now it's just spinning in the block at the moment, so I just need to try and stop it from spinning and get the nuts on the end, and I can tighten them up. See what I mean? So obviously trying to put a nut on here, this is just spinning, so I need to try and grip it in there. Right then, next issue, obviously the D-bolt's not long enough now, and that one's not. But I managed to find a longer one of these. I did have to put a spacer on it. But yeah, it's all in now. I just need to get a longer D-bolt now. It goes on the starter motor. Then that's the engine bolted in then, apart from tightening up the mounts. Throttle cable's shrunk. I can't see it caught up anywhere underneath, so I have to order another one of them. It was a little bit short before, but I don't think it was quite that short. Just doing up these mounts now, and then we can get that rear tin on and look at getting the engine seal back in then. Then it's just connecting everything up. Right then, so I've got the engine all back in, everything buttoned up on it. Went to start it, and the starter motor wouldn't engage. So I've got to drop the engine back out, but I think what I've learnt is that I think we've got a later bell housing on it. So I'm going to drop the engine back out, and I'm going to swap the bell housing off of the old gearbox onto it. I believe this is still an earlier 1600 gearbox, just with a 2-litre bell housing on it. But we'll do that, and hopefully we can get it driving again then. But I say it's very annoying, because obviously the engine's back in. I literally just went to turn the key to start it, and it wouldn't do anything. So I got all the engine seal in and everything. But still. So I'll probably do another video when I've got the engine back out and the new bell housing on and that. So stay tuned.